In the wake of the ongoing protests against immigration and customs enforcement we've seen in Los Angeles, a wave of misleading videos and conspiracy theories have spread online. The posts include video out of context, recycled images from past protests, as well as long-standing conspiracy theories. And the speed of which this is all reaching users, it's made it really difficult to tell what's authentic and what's misinformation. So to break all this down, joining us is the executive editor of CBS News Confirmed, Rhona Tarrant. Rhona, thank you very much for being with us. You have found old images resurfacing in stories that's covering what's happening in Los Angeles. Tell us about what you're seeing out there.
So during any large-scale civil unrest, you typically see the same things on social media. You see some false claims, you may see some AI-generated images, but the biggest problem that we have is old videos will often get posted by people saying, these are new, this is what's happening on the ground. That is exactly what we've been seeing in LA over the last week. To give you one example, last weekend, a video was shared on social media, shared widely, that showed some LAPD cars being vandalized and set on fire. People were saying, this is what's happening in Los Angeles right now. The problem, this video was actually from 2020. It was several years old. So people were taking that video, posting it as new. Another example, on the same day, people posted a video of somebody setting fire to a Jeep. They said, this is happening in Los Angeles right now. The problem was that was also old footage from last year from a totally unrelated event. Now, to be clear, there have been some instances of vandalism in Los Angeles, including cars on fire. Sure. Some real images are out there. But mixed in with all that, you have these sort of old images that are being put in with dramatic claims, and it has an impact. Number one, it's sort of sowing confusion about what's actually happening on the ground, but it's also exaggerating the scale of the protests as well. A lot of people who are posting these videos seeking to say that it's a city engulfed in chaos, for example, but we know that these protests have been really in a limited area.
And we've also seen images being repurposed to help spread conspiracy theories. What have you seen out there?
Time and time again, you see the same conspiracy theories related to protests. We saw a familiar one this week, which is during any large-scale protests, you'll see images of pallets of bricks. So this is to promote a conspiracy theory that somehow protests are orchestrated by wealthy donors who are orchestrating them to sow chaos. Now, one of these images, people were posting it saying, I found this near some federal buildings in Los Angeles, this pallet of bricks. Emma on the Confirmed team looked into it. She actually tracked it back, this very image, to a Malaysian building company's website. So someone took this, in other words, someone took this image from this website.
That had nothing to do with this.
That had nothing to do with it, and posted it on X, saying that this is from Los Angeles. And this is a familiar pattern. This is how the false narratives often spread. An unrelated image, a very dramatic claim, and then someone will post it on social media where it takes off.
So as someone who looks at all, these videos on my feed, how do I know what I'm looking out for? Are there certain sites doing something to help prevent all of this? How do you protect yourself from all this misinformation then?
So a lot of the platforms have sort of scaled back their content moderation policies, which essentially is the thing that polices this type of content. At the same time, you have the rise of AI. So what I've seen this week that's been really interesting is people are actually turning to chatbots to verify the images and videos that they're seeing online.
It goes both ways.
But they're getting the wrong answers.
Okay.
So what we saw this week, one really prominent example, Governor Gavin Newsom of California posted images of troops sleeping on the ground of a federal building. And people asked X's Grok chatbots to say, hey, can you verify these images for me? Grok came back very fast and said, yeah, these images are likely old. They're likely from Afghanistan, and they're not new. Our team looked into them, and it does take some time. We looked at them, we compared these images to images from that very building, and we confirmed without a doubt that these images were definitely taken in LA. So we knew that they were authentic. The military later confirmed that they were authentic. But the problem was that a lot of people actually believed the chatbot. So it's a good lesson, a good reminder that AI is great at many things, but it is not great at verifying images.
Also a good reminder to talk to your team about what's going on out there. Rhona Tarrant, thank you very much. We really appreciate your time.